Hello, this is Nothin. I'm here to teach you about tips and tricks for MS Paint. Yeah, remember that animation? How to make animations on MS Paint video I did a while back. It was 30 minutes long. I thought it was 15 minutes long because I was so tired that apparently I didn't remember that I actually had 2 recordings, and it was really long and really boring because I was tired. Yeah, well, this one isn't going to be much better, but it will be helpful for those of you who want to use paint in a more effective way, because you're not just doing this and saying you're done. You're doing things like animations, like the weird crud I do. Don't know why you use paint, but most starter animators use paint first, or Flash. They usually use one or the other as the first thing. I'm actually moving to Flash, maybe, possibly, anyway. We're gonna learn about transparency, the right-click thingy, which I've actually forgotten what that is. I guess I thought that I would know what I meant by that, but I don't know. Then there's the... Gosh, dang it, people always text me when I'm recording. I don't know why. I only ever have one person who texts me. That's my mother. Anyway, my friend doesn't have a phone. Anyway, I say anyway a lot. We're going to learn about hold control and press the plus or minus button on the numpad to make a brush, aka this pencil here, bigger or smaller, and it works with spray paint, the pencil, line, eraser, and the brush, which I didn't put down there for some reason. Yeah. The cool thing, you wear the thing where you drag the thing and it makes more of itself, kind of like making your own brush in Illustrator. Select that image, turn transparency on, hold shift and drag it, all that stuff. Duplicate image without copying and pasting, well, I don't know what the effect. Duplicate the image and shiz, making an image smaller without making it ugly, which I just learned. But it doesn't actually work that well, so yeah, I tested it out, it didn't really work that well. Then there's the quick undo. If you screw up while drawing and you don't know the shortcut for undo, which is Control plus Z, then you can, you can do, like, let's say you're drawing this, and then right-click, and bam, it's gone. And, remember to turn on the click. Oh, yeah, this is a note for me. You don't need to, you don't need to know that. Anyway, when I right-click, you will see a blue color, and when I left-click, you will see a red color. So, yeah, hopefully it doesn't give you guys seizures. Anyway, I'm so excited. There we go. First things first, transparency. Alright, I have this wolf here, right? Yeah, he's a nice wolf, just smiling, happy. Oh god. Where's the hole I'm missing? Come on. There it is. Let's say his head is blue, for whatever reason. And I want to put him on this background right here with all those words and shiz. But, if you notice, when I put him on here, there's a big white effing square around him. And it's so ugly, and it covers up the words, and I don't want that. I want him to be on the words while the words are still showing. You know what I mean? Like, if this was actually a forest and this was actually not just the head of a wolf, you probably want to put the two together and not have to draw them on the same thing. You know, like layers and Photoshop and all that. Well, in order to put this on top of that without that big, annoying, ugly square, you go to this little rectangle thing over here, and you click select, and then you go down here to transparent selection, and you check that. See, now it's checked. And now you can copy it and paste it in here. Oh, sorry. I meant to do that on this one. Sorry, you go to the select on the other one and click transparent selection. But, see, now you can see the words. There's no giant white square around the head. Well, you can't see the words behind his head, but you don't want that. You still want the picture. Anyway, that's how you do transparency stuff. Yep. Oh, and also, if this background was like... No, sorry. if this background were like pink and you tried to do it with transparency, you would notice that it's still a box. Well, that's because your color 2 over here is white. And to switch from color 1 to color 2, you can just click on color 2. I'm pretty sure there's a shortcut for it too, but I'm not good with shortcut remembering, so yeah, just click on it. Then you click on pink, which is the background for this, or you can use the eyedropper tool or whatever to get that color, and then when you click paste, it should be okay. Yes. Let's get out of there. What is next? The right-click thingy. Oh, yes, I do remember what the right-click thingy was. Okay, so you have 2 colors here, color 1 and color 2. Let's say you want to draw with color 1 for a bit, and you're like, wow, that looks nice. I wish I could make it red. Well, then you would be like, okay, let me grab this and let me paint this. But let's say you were using smaller pixels, like this, you know? And you were like, man, I wish that was pink. Well, if you try to make it pink, you'll notice that it doesn't really work, and you have to click every single pixel, and you'll end up missing some, and it's just bothersome. Or maybe you'll try like going over it with the other pen, and that's just ugh. No. Well, how you do that, how you fix this and make this pink easily and simply without using the paint bucket tool or redrawing it, you go here and you click red, which is the color that you used, and that's here on the board right now. And then you go to color 2 and you click pink, which would be the color that you want to change it to. So if you wanted it to be blue, you'd pick blue. If you wanted it to be orange, you'd pick orange, green, green, and so on. So let's make it pink. You go to the eraser, and as you can see, I have a pink eraser. And right now, this is not helping me at all. It's just making pink lines, right? Well, if you right-click, if you hold right-click, and you drag it over the red, you'll notice that it turns the red into pink, making it really easy to recolor this entire thing pink, instead of having to, you know, tediously do stuff with the paint bucket tool. It's very nice. Makes working with paint a lot easier. Oh god, I forgot that only works in Flash. I was trying to zoom out using a shortcut. Whoops. Okay, anyway. What is next? Hold control and... okay. I remember this. Alright, so... let's say you are drawing with the biggest brush possible, right? And you're on your pencil. You're on your pencil, you're drawing with the biggest brush possible, and you're like, man, I wish this was 10 times bigger. Well, then all you have to do is hold control, and then hold the plus sign, not the plus sign next to backspace, but the plus sign that's on your number pad. You know, the big giant thing with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 all stacked on each other like a calculator. Yeah, go over there and click the plus sign and the control sign, the control button and the plus button. At the same time, hold it down for as long as you want, and then try drawing it. And you'll notice that it's a lot bigger than the biggest brush size available, right? And yeah, now you can color that entire thing as much as you want. Or let's say you go to the smallest one, you're like, man, actually I don't think you can make it smaller than this, can you? Nope, I don't think you can. Well, whatever. If you think you went too big, like this big, and you were like, man, I wish this was small again, and you're too lazy to go up here and click the small buttons, you can adjust it to your liking by using the minus button. That's also on the numpad. So there you go. That's how to use the right-click thingy. I mean, not the right-click thingy. We just went through that. I meant that one. My brain is scatterbrained. Okay, next up is the cool thingy with the thing where you drag the thing and it makes more of itself, kind of like making your own brush in Illustrator. Select that image, turn transparency on, hold shift and drag it to duplicate it, pretty much. Okay, let's say you're like, man, this brush is amazing, but I wish it were different. So you go to the brush, and you're like, man, this brush is amazing, but I wish it was different. So you go to, I don't know, the crown, and you're like, hey, you know, this brush is amazing, but I really wish I could just make my own. Well, sadly, this is not Illustrator, and you cannot just save your presets of brushes and put them in a thing, but you can sort of kind of make your own brush. How? Well, let me show you. Let's say you use the pencil and you make a little wavy line. Well, you can select that wavy line. Is my transparency off? Yeah, oh. Wait, on or off? On. Okay. Well, you can just click and drag over it. Hold shift, and then if you drag it without releasing shift, you'll see that I'm making some kind of weird pattern. Kind of like that, you know, the little glitchy thing that happens with computers and, you know, in the old days when you had those warning boxes that came up, and sometimes if you dragged them, they would like drag out themselves and they'd make a mess of your screen. It's kind of like that. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about, because I tend to ramble about stuff. Well, you can also do this with any brush you want. Do the same thing, and there you go. Now you have this cool looking brush. It looks all 3D and stuff. You could probably do some cool abstract art, or heck, make a fence or a phone cord or something. Okay, undo's not working on that. Next up is duplicating the image without copying and pasting. Oh, well, I know an easier way to do that. Okay, ignore my instructions, they're wrong. Well, actually they're right, but there's a much easier way to do it than doing all that garbage. Okay, let's say you want to build a forest, but you're like, man, one tree is just too much of trees for me. Right? You're like, man, this tree is so great, I just want to copy it and paste it everywhere. Well, instead of clicking copy, clicking paste, dragging it out to there, no. Instead of doing that, you can select it, hold the thing, select it, drag it over that thing. Press Control while not holding the mouse buttons, and then you can click and drag this thing off, and bam, you get trees. And if you continue to hold the control button, while clicking it and dragging it, you make multiples of them. So you can have a forest or whatnot. There you go. Oh, I made it smaller. Oh well. There you go. Forest. Next up is making an image smaller without making it ugly. This one doesn't really work that well, but it sort of works, so... Okay, I found something. Here we go. This is just something stupid that I captured from Minecraft. Yes, let's say you're like, man, this image is amazing, but I wish it were smaller, right? So, you click and drag over it. Moonshadow! Stop meowing! I'm recording! Alright, that was my cat, if you could hear that. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, if you hold, was it control? If you hold control, no, it wasn't control. Darn it! Moonshadow, you made me lose my train of thought. Oh, sorry. I was using the wrong minus. Sorry, use the minus and plus that's on the numpad again. That area of your keyboard that looks like a calculator. Yes, use that. Hold control and press either plus or minus to make it bigger or smaller. Did I read it wrong? Control minus? Oh, okay, there we go. That's weird. Okay, I forgot that I had white transparency on. Sorry. Turn that off. There we go. Now I'll try. You make it bigger, you can make it smaller, bigger again. It doesn't fully work, but it's better than trying to click and drag it out yourself. Like, let me demonstrate the difference. You click and drag Moonshadow! You click and drag that out, and there you go. Or you can just do that, and you know, it's equally sized. Actually, I don't know really what the benefits of this are, but I just learned that you could do that, and maybe that'll help someone out there. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Who knows? Then there's the quick undo, which I sort of already showed you guys. But so let's say you're drawing a wolf, and you're like, man, this hair that I'm drawing right now is just so ugly. I wish I could undo it without pressing the undo button. Well, have no fear. Just while you are still dragging out and drawing, click the right click, and bam, it's gone. Of course, it's just an undo button. So let's say if you just draw the ear, and then you draw the hair, and then you're like, whoa, I don't know what just happened. I just must have sneezed or coughed or something, and my hand just went all berserk. Maybe I had a seizure or something. I don't know. Well, then you can just right click and it goes away. But whatever you had drawn before that step is still there. Sometimes this step is not very good. I mean, the reason why I even know that this even exists is because I accidentally click the right click while I'm drawing on a daily basis. I'll be drawing my wolf and I'll be like, F, I clicked that. Now I have to do it again. It's a very sad button, but it's there for if you need it. Moon Shadow! Hey! Stop! No one loves you! Okay. Last thing. Oh wait, that's my note. Okay, we're done! Good. I did that in a shorter amount of time than the last video. Well, this has been Light and the Wolf 9. I hope you have found this video to be helpful, maybe? If you already knew these tips and tricks, well then, I think you know everything there is to know about paint, and I think you should stop looking at videos about how to do stuff on paint, because I'm pretty sure you're all set. For those of you who didn't know this stuff that's on paint, well then now you know. So, yay! Congratulations! I'm happy. Merry Christmas. I can't wait till Christmas. Thanks for watching.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again with candy canes and silver lanes that glow.